Hey, so I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about our experience with Callie now. We ended up having a home birth, water birth with her, and we knew because of Mason's experience that giving birth in a hospital was just out of the question and it was not gonna happen. So at that point, I really didn't know about any other birthing methods. Like I heard about people giving birth at home, but I didn't know what it entailed. I didn't really know what a midwife was. I didn't um, know what a doula was, but I just knew that uh, I wasn't gonna give birth at a hospital. So I started doing a little bit more research on alternative methods of giving birth, and I did find out about, like I said, midwives. And so I started looking at midwives in Atlanta or midwiferys in Atlanta because again, I didn't know that some people have a midwife where they never step foot in a hospital or they never step foot in a doctor's office. So I was looking for more of like a facility that offered midwifery and offered alternative methods. So upon searching, we found the midwifery in East Point, and just like from our first appointment, we knew it was gonna be better than um, what we had experienced. Like upon going into the office, it was such a comfortable place. Like the colors, there were rocking chairs everywhere. There was pictures of black women giving birth. The midwifery was owned by a black woman, and it was just great to me because it's like, okay, man, now I'm seeing my people doing this, so I know that I can do this. I know I'm capable of doing the same thing. So I was already comfortable. My partner was very comfortable. And at this midwifery, they offer, I'm not sure what they offer now, but they offered a water birth in a medical facility. So like in a birthing center. Not at home, but still it's alternative. So it's more, you still have choices. You're still able to set up your space the way you want to. You have a midwife. If you want a doula, you can have that. It was just much different than the hospital. More control for the mother and the father rather than the hospital trying to set rules and control everything. So with them, what they did, their like practice, they had it so they had, I think, three midwives at the moment that time, and you were supposed to go into a rotation. So you would meet every single midwife who was there, so that in any case that the person that you like, the midwife that you like, wasn't available, then you would be able to have another person that you knew come in and help you deliver your baby. You're not having a stranger come in and trying to, now you have to try to get comfortable with this stranger to have your baby. No, it's like, I know you because I've been seeing you, throughout my prenatal visits. So it's cool that you're here, and the person that I really want is not here, but it's okay because I still have a relationship with you. So, so I knew we were still comfortable with everything, and then I think for our like third appointment, we met Angelina, and she was, oops, sorry, my nursing pad just came out. um, we met Angelina, and from the moment we met her, like, we were just like, nah, like, this is the person who's gonna deliver our baby. I don't know how, but she is. Like, she was a beautiful black woman with long locks, and she was just so loving. And, we were vegan and plant-based at this point, so every person I told that to was like, make sure you read up and see if you need to, you need to put meat back in your diet because you need protein. But with her, she was like, how you feel? You feel good? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, do you feel like you're lacking protein or you don't have any energy? And we were like, no, I feel great. She was like, all right, just keep that protein, keep the avocados, keep the beans going. She was very respectful of everything that I wanted for this pregnancy and labor. She was just so open to everything that I was saying, instead of being like, I'm a medical professional, like, you need to listen to what I'm saying, So I really appreciated that. We really appreciated that. So, the universe aligned because at that point, she was actually moving away from working at the midwifery, and she was going to open her own home birthing practice. So, it was like perfect divine timing. So I remember us being like, my partner was like, all right, that's it. Like, how do we become a client? Like, how do we do this? Like, like, how do we do it? So basically we had the since we already were at the midwifery and I did have insurance, because some midwives don't take insurance, and sometimes with the whole insurance thing, it's like you have to end up paying more money to the insurance. So it basically worked out where I was able to continue going to the midwifery until 37 weeks, and then I would just pay her a certain amount to help us deliver the baby, and then she was doing home visits and labs and everything in the comfort of our home at the end of the pregnancy. So that was something that worked out for us definitely, and it was very comfortable. So I'll just start going towards the start from the house calls. So basically she would come in at 37 weeks, I believe it was like she was starting to come every week. So she would just come in and check baby's heart rate, check my blood pressure, check, to see heartbeat and all that. And she was letting me know, like, how do you want to have your birth space? How do you want to, what do you see? What do you need in order to be comfortable? And I'm telling her, like, I need my music, I need my incense, I need my lights, I need this, I need that. And she was so open to everything. She was like, you know what, you're gonna have to create your birth space. You're gonna have to create that so that you're able to give birth, so in a comfortable environment. So we did that. We got everything that we thought we needed, and she was very respectful. Like I went over with Callie as well. I think I was like 41 weeks and like 4 days. Or no, that was with Saya. I think I was like 41 weeks and like 2 days or something. I'm not sure, but I definitely was overdue with Callie. And she was just like, either we can have this baby now or we can wait until you're ready. And we ended up breaking our water with Callie because I was dilated for a long time and I was having lots of strong contractions as well, but I wasn't advancing. Like I just was stuck again, probably like at 6-7 centimeters for a minute. And so the day of labor, I remember her coming and breaking my water, and that's when my contractions sped up. And I think she broke it around 10:30 at night. And I just was so grateful to be in the comfort of my own home with my partner in my room and just comfortable. Like I'm able to walk back and forth. I was able to eat. Like I can do whatever I want. At the hospital, like there's at a certain point they don't let you eat anymore. They're definitely not letting you walk around. And she was like, whatever you need to do to feel comfortable, do that. So I was able to go into the birth pool. There you go. And I was able to go into the birthing pool. If I wanted to, she had a birth stool. There was just like so many different things that I was able to do. Like my partner was my doula, and I feel like he will always be my doula because he knows me best, so I wouldn't look elsewhere. But she was comfortable with that too. She was just like, she was in the corner, like, y'all do what you need to do in order to push this baby out, and when you need me, let me know. So I believe I was contracting for a couple hours. I think I gave birth to Callie around 1:20, so I want to say around like 12:45. I felt like, okay, yeah, these contractions are getting crazy. I want to start pushing now. So I hopped in the birth pool and I started pushing, and that was a different experience to me. Like with Mason, I didn't feel all, that real labor because I was contracting and everything, but I had the epidural, so all that was masked. Like I was numb from waist down, but feeling all that, it was intense. With Callie, like it was a lot of pain, and I was like, man, I don't think I can do this. But I felt like I came so far. My partner was very encouraging and was like, look, like you can do this. You were born for this, like and even her, like she was like, Kelly, like you came so far, like you can do this. And finally got in the pool. My partner was with me, and we pushed. I pushed, but he was with me and pushed Callie out, and she was born at 1:20 in the morning. And I can say, doing a home birth, water birth, definitely helped the labor process. Like, although it was a painful process, it still gave me oh, sorry, it still gave me all that control that I needed to feel comfortable and confident enough to give birth. And just like the water, having having warm water on my body, on my back, was very easing to the contractions. Like, I remember she had a birth pool, a birth stool, and I was sitting on it trying to like get comfortable, and that didn't work for me. But as soon as I hopped in the water, I was like, yeah, like this water is it. This water is the lifesaver. Like, and I will recommend anybody have a water birth. Like, I loved the water aspect of it. And then her just coming out of me, and just, she was just so calm, and like, you know, we just put her on my chest, and right away, and that was awesome too, like being able to put her on my chest and have her latch on right away. And I was, you know, my midwife didn't rush me like, oh, hurry up, let's get this placenta out. Like, she allowed me to transition how I wanted to. So I know after I gave birth, I still had the placenta inside, so I think I just hopped out the pool with her, and I hopped into my own bed, and I was able to lay there, and I had, you know, my partner and everyone bringing me coconuts and peaches. We gave birth in August, so it was just like an abundance of fruit, good juicy fruit, and I felt like I was rejuvenated as soon as I gave birth. Whereas in the hospital, I think I had some like chicken noodle soup from like the cafeteria, which was like cold as hell, and it was nasty and full of sodium, probably frozen. Where I was having my, you know, I had everything I needed at my fingertips. And I remember even like giving birth to the placenta. We did a lotus birth with Callie, so we dressed the placenta, and you know, midwives checked her weight, checked her height when we were ready. It was just a very smooth transition. Like, it was not rushed at all. And then we were able, like, I was able to sleep in my own bed. I feel like that was the best part. And then the next day, my midwife came back and did like a 24-hour check to make sure that we were all good. And then she came back again, I think in 48 hours to check on baby. But that was pretty much like how our experience went. And then after that, that's like I went and I brought Callie into the hospital. I have a lot of questions if I brought Callie to the doctor at all. And I'm not against doctor. Like, I kind of am, but I kind of am not. Like, what works for me and my family is I'll give birth. And this is what I've done for Callie and Sai. Like, I'll give birth at home, and then I'll go to the initial newborn screening, you know, do all the newborn stuff. And then after that, if I need to go to the doctor, then I will. But I usually don't go to the doctor because I feel like I can handle everything at home. And also my kids are pretty healthy, so they don't get sick, thankfully. And I think actually Angelina did do the newborn screening at home. So that was another thing, because it's like I didn't have to go to a doctor's office and have somebody like touching my child and that I didn't know, or having to wait. Like, she came to me and did all that for us. And I was able to, if I, you know, we don't vaccinate our kids, so I was able to tell her like, no, I don't want a vitamin K shot, I don't want anything like that. And she was very respectful to it, you know, respectful to my wishes, our wishes. So that was how our experience was with Callie and having her at home. And like I said, I would recommend everybody do a home birth, water birth if you could. And I know a lot of people worry about being able to afford a home birth. What we actually did was instead of having a typical baby shower, we asked that people donate to our home birth. So we actually got a good amount of energy from people to pay for our water birth, and we ended up only having to come out of pocket maybe half of the fee. So I suggest anybody trying to have, if you're trying to have a water birth, you're trying to have a home birth, and you're just like, man, I can't afford it. Yes, you can. You can manifest it. We manifested it. We didn't think that it was going to be possible. I think at that time in our lives too, I think we had went through some type of financial thing, and we came up with the idea of raising money for our home birth, and everybody was very supportive of it, because it's like, would you rather give me a gift that I'm not going to use, or would you rather contribute to something that's really going to be helpful to, you know, our family? And I was so grateful that people were supportive enough to help us pay for the home birth. So if you are trying to have a home birth and you feel like you can't, you definitely can. Use that, you know, use that power that you have, that inner power, and, you know, manifest it. But I hope that my story inspires you guys, I will be sharing my free birth story about Saya's birth next. So just stay tuned. Thank you so much.